What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at a new portable air compressor. This is the Syncwire Inflate 190. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 5,200 milliamp battery, an ultra compact design, a built-in LED light, and can inflate anything up to 150 psi. So taking a look inside the box, you get a very nice drawstring carrying bag. You have your manual, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, your inflation hose, a few different attachments. So you have one that's for a ball, a bike wheel or car wheel, and then you have two others that are for various inflatables. Inside the box, they also include these aluminum tire caps. Not something they had to include, but a nice little bonus. These are aluminum alloy, so they are made of metal. If you buy something like this on Amazon, you'll usually pay somewhere around 10 bucks. So definitely a nice little bonus to get with the tire inflator. And then last but not least, you have the actual air compressor itself. So taking a look at the inflator itself, one of the key features about this is how small and portable this is. As you can see, this fits in my hand just like that. Also very light as well. I couldn't find the weight on their website, but it feels like it's about a pound and a half maybe. So let me get something here just for scale. So right here I have a Pepsi can. And as you can see, it's barely larger than a Pepsi can, but it is a little bit thinner as well. So basically anywhere you can take a Pepsi can, a bag, your car, glove box, doesn't matter. You can carry this anywhere, obviously. You can also fit this in that same spot. So as a comparison right here, I have an old tire inflator I had. I know everybody has owned one of these. If not, then surely your dad has. Technically, it's portable in the sense that it's powered off a battery, but when it comes to the size and weight of this thing, this is definitely not very portable. For your car, it's definitely okay, but when it comes to camping or going anywhere else, this just takes up a whole lot of space, and you really got to plan ahead to take this with you. This, on the other hand, a whole lot smaller. Thickness, at least half, and obviously height is not even a comparison. So it's really good to see how far technology has come. These can both do the same exact thing, but this one truly is portable. And then not only is this one smaller, but this one also has more advanced features. It's automatic, it has a big LED readout. This one you have that old gauge, and depending on what angle you look at it, it's gonna say a different PSI. So if you have something like this, definitely put it to rest, get rid of that, and go ahead and pick up a smaller one like this one here. All right, so back to the tire inflator itself. So right up here, you have all your different buttons. You have your power button, your mode button, your plus and minus for the PSI, your flashlight button, and then right up here, you have your large LED screen. Let me go ahead and turn this on so you can see this. As you can see, this is definitely a very large and bright screen. So you can have this on the floor. You don't have to crouch to see it. This sticker does come off, which makes the screen a little more clear, but I'll just leave it on there so you can see what everything on here does. Coming to the top, you have a USB-C port, and then you have a USB-A port. As you can see, this is an output. So if you're not using this as a tire inflator, you can also use it as a power bank as well. As I said earlier, this has a 5,200 milliamp battery. So this should be able to give you a full 0 to 100 charge on your cell phone. Right here in the middle, you have a built-in LED light, and this has a regular white flashlight mode, a red blinking SOS mode, and then a red strobe mode as well. Right here in this hole, this is where you screw on this little hose here. I wasn't sure what this was before, but I just figured it out. So what you do is screw this on here. And then when you have this side over here, you also screw that on. And now, as you can see, your hose now becomes a convenient little handle. So before we dive into all of its functions and how to use it, I want to say this is definitely a very bright screen. I was testing this out earlier and the sun was shining directly on it, but still I was able to read it very easily, so definitely happy to see that. So as I said earlier, right here you have your power button, but you also use this to start or stop the inflation as well. Unlike old inflators, this is completely automatic, so you don't have to sit here, hold on to it, and wait till it reaches your number. You just set it where you want it, click inflate, and it'll automatically stop all on its own. So you have a few different units you can read on this. So by default, it's on PSI, but if you hold this down, you could change it to bar, KPA, and then this one here, kilograms, I'm guessing. Honestly, I'm not too sure what that one is, but you have a bunch of different readouts you can use there. I'm gonna inflate my scooter, so we'll just go ahead and leave it on PSI. And then if you tap this button, you have a few different modes on top. You have some presets. So you got car mode, motorcycle mode, bike mode, ball mode, and then custom mode. One thing I really like about custom mode is it actually remembers where you left it. So say if your car needs 30 PSI for your tires, you just set it to 30 PSI. You can turn it off, turn it back on, and now as you can see, it still has the same exact spot where I left it at 30 PSI. So if you happen to be someone that's going to use this for your car, one thing I always struggle with is what PSI do I need in my tires? I really don't know what it's supposed to be. All I know is my light flickers on my dashboard. I got to go in my door jamb and find out what the PSI is. With this, I could just leave it there at the PSI it's supposed to be, throw it in my trunk, and when it's time to air up my tires, all I got to do is move over to that preset, and it already has that number set in there for me. All right, so I got this hooked up to my scooter. As you can see, it does have a live readout of the PSI in your tire. Right now it's at 24.5. Let's go ahead and put it at 29. Just click that middle button to start. And just like that, it very quickly inflated it to that 29 I set it to, and then automatically shut off when it hit that number. Another thing I just noticed is this inflator is also very quiet as well. It inflated pretty quickly as you saw, but it also has a lot lower noise compared to that large janky Ryobi one I have. So I don't know what kind of different, more modern technology is in this, but this is definitely a lot more quiet. Hopefully this doesn't clip my mic, but I'm just gonna hold it, leave the volume as is so you can see in real time what it sounds like. Talking over it, probably you can hear me, I'm not sure, but right now in person, you can definitely have a conversation over this, no problem. All right, so now I have it hooked up to my car tire. My car tire is supposed to be at 36 PSI. I let out some air. I had another portable inflator like this in the past that was okay with bikes and balls, but when it came to car tires, it was extremely slow, and a lot of times it would just get stuck on a number and not be able to inflate past that. So let's go ahead and see if this can do the car tire as well. All right, so I'm gonna speed that up in the video so you don't have to wait through that, but I counted it in my head and that was 32 seconds. Definitely not bad. I think with the Ryobi, it'll take about the same amount of time. Once you get up into higher pressure where the tire is properly inflated, it does take a little longer, but definitely a small and capable tire inflator. So as you can see, you can use it for your car tire, bike tire, balls, whatever it might be. As I showed you earlier, it does come with a bunch of different attachments. So yeah, definitely impressive and much better than other portable inflators I've used in the past. Definitely a good little inflator. I'm probably gonna buy another one now so I can put it in my wife's car since this does work very well. Overall, this is definitely a solid air compressor. Not only is it small and compact, but it also performs just as good as much larger units as well. All in all, if you happen to be shopping for a portable air compressor, I would highly recommend this one here, which again is the Syncwire Inflate 190. If you would like to purchase or get more information on this air compressor, I also put the link to it in the description, and you can also go on Amazon and search Syncwire Portable Air Compressor. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.